What's up, y'all? It's Wednesday. I hope everybody out there is happy and healthy. So let's go ahead and get down. Now, the first thing I want to tackle is this situation that went down between Ja Rule, Uncle Murda, and Tony Yayo. Now, we know that Tony and Uncle Murda are 50 Cent's butt buddies and yes men. And so apparently, somehow, they all three got hooked up on the same flight, right? So they were supposed to be on the plane together. Tony Yayo said later in an interview, I think he sat down with Vlad TV very quickly, by the way, and stated that they didn't know or was aware that Ja Rule was on the same flight until somebody told them that Ja Rule would be boarding the same plane. And so when Ja Rule came on the plane, Tony and Uncle Murda started clowning him and things of that nature, and it almost went down. I want you guys to check out these clips, and I'll be back.
Suck ass Ja Rule on the plane. Suck ass. Suck
Plane mode. Federal regulations prohibit the use of cellular networks during flight, the use of Wi-Fi to make video or voice calls.
SMD.
So your face table and carry on item.
This is
Sure, all armrests are in the resting position.
Ja Rule see
The pillow Ja Rule like so.
this way he was sitting before we got him out of here.
Let's shake. Let's shake.
All right, so you guys just saw that. So when the situation first popped off, Ja Rule went to X and said, I popped on these punks by myself on a plane, laughing my A off, PAN. I threw the pillow at Yayo head because you soft, knocked your hat all off. S was hilarious. Then Ja went on to say whole team is P, and then he added 50, Tony and Uncle Murda. And then this seems to be a message that was left from TMZ, but he posted it and it says, via TMZ, hi Ja, Jamie here from TMZ, reaching out for comment regarding a Delta flight you were on Sunday morning. Witnesses tell us from SFO to JFK where Ja Rule got into an argument with Tony Yayo on the flight. Ja was the aggressor and yelled profanities, saying he wanted to fight, then throwing a pillow at Tony Yayo. Crew stepped in and pulled both guys off of the plane for a bit. Yayo yelled back that planes are federal offenses territory and he did nothing wrong. Now 50 chimed in, and this is what he had to say when the situation first went down, and this is prior to TMZ releasing more footage of what transpired. He said he was by himself, so he had to make a scene so they could remove his scary A in LOL. Yayo said suck my D. The gay stewardess said it's going down, LOL. All right, so it's very clear to me that 50, Uncle Murda, and Tony Yayo were trying to control the narrative as it pertains to what really happened, because they was trying to make it seem like Ja Rule was soft, and all I saw was Ja Rule standing on all 10. He wasn't afraid. And I wonder if it irked Tony Yayo and Uncle Murda, given the fact that they were sitting in first class and Ja Rule happened to be sitting in front of them and they were behind him. Because how dare a cat that we have beef with get to sit in front of us in first class? You see what I'm saying? But I know about the long-standing beef that they have, or whatever the case may be, but it's just so disheartening to see 50-year-old men going at it like this. And I'm gonna go ahead and just say this right here and right now. If something were to happen to 50 and the rest of them clowns, don't expect me to be a class act. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take my mother's advice and don't say anything at all. Because at the end of the day, I'm sick of 50's corny ass, his whole crew. I cannot stand 50's antics online, and somehow he gets praised to the utmost for the BS that he be saying, and he's just corny. He's extremely lame. His music didn't pan out. Now, even though he had a couple of projects before Get Rich or Die Trying, he went from Get Rich or Die Trying, which was massively successful, to wanting to take a hoe to the candy shop. His music became absolute trash. And listen, if 50 feels that his music can stand the test of time, then go ahead and do that versus against T.I. T.I.'s been calling you out for years and you've been ducking. But anyway, shout out to Ja Rule for standing 10 toes down, even though he was outnumbered. Tony Yayo sat down with Vlad and said that there were 3 other people that were on the plane that were with them. So essentially, Ja Rule was up against 5 individuals and he still stood his ground. From my understanding, Ja got on that plane. He was quiet, came in peace. He did recognize that his arch nemesis was sitting behind him, but he was like, yo, y'all don't say nothing to me. I'm not going to say nothing to you. But guess what? A man that is not scared is not going to allow people that he has beef with to continue to poke fun at him and pick with him. And then all of a sudden, when Ja Rule goes off on the plane, 50 wants to paint the narrative that he only went off so that they can remove him because he was scared. Boy, Ida, you know what? But anyway, I could say a lot more, but I'm afraid I'm gonna get myself in trouble, so let me just move along. So guys, have you heard about the incredibly sad story involving a woman by the name of Lucy Harrison, who flew from the UK to visit her father in Texas, and they got into an argument based off of his belief and his representation, well, not representation, his support of Donald Trump, and he ended up deleting her over an argument over Donald Trump. I want you guys to check out this clip, and I'll be back.
This 23-year-old woman, Lucy Harrison, was eliminated by her own dad because of an argument about Donald Trump and guns. This is sick. Lucy Harrison from Warrington, Cheshire, was pew-pewed in the chest on the 10th of January 2025 in Dallas, Texas. But here's where things get interesting. An inquiry into Lucy Harrison's death opened earlier at Cheshire Coroner Court, where her boyfriend Sam Litter described the big argument about Trump, who was preparing to be inaugurated for his second term in office. So Litter and Lucy, they came to the United States over the holidays, and she had already alerted him that her father had a problem with pew-pews. And the father, Khris Harrison, who did not attend the inquiry, admitted in a statement sent to the court that he had relapsed on the day of the pew-pewing and had drunk about 500 milliliters of white wine. Litter said on the morning of January 10th, his partner had asked her father during the Trump row, quote, "How would you feel if I was the girl in that situation and I'd been assaulted?" And that's a fair question. Khris Harrison had replied that he had 2 other daughters who lived with him, so it would not upset him that much. Litter said Lucy became quite upset and ran upstairs. So obviously, she's upset and scared. He told the court later that day, about half an hour before they were due to leave to go to the airport, Lucy had been in the kitchen when her father took her by the hand, led her into his ground floor bedroom. Litter said he heard a loud bang, and about 15 seconds later, then Khris Harrison screamed for his wife, Heather. The statement from Khris Harrison said he and his daughter had been watching a news item on gun crime when he told her he had a gun and asked her if she wanted to see it. They went into the bedroom so he could show her the Glock 9mm semi-automatic handgun, which he kept in the bedside cabinet. Harrison said he had bought the gun a couple of years before because he wanted, quote, a sense of security for his family. Harrison said he could not recall whether his finger was on the trigger. He acknowledged he had issues with alcohol in the past and said he, quote, briefly lapsed on the day of his daughter's death because he was emotional about her leaving. This is honestly a sad story. I'm so glad Lucy was at least standing up for what she believed in. And it's unfortunate that the person that should have protected her the most is the one that harmed her the most.
All right, so you guys just heard that incredibly sad story, and Lucy being from the UK, I believe she was from Warrington, Cheshire, and she was visiting her dad in Dallas. And because you guys have a difference of opinion as it pertains to politics, and her feeling a sense of neglect based off of a question she asked you, she clearly asked if she was SA'd, would he care? And he basically said, nah, because I got 2 other daughters. And then you proceed to take it a step further, because I guess maybe she got the best of the argument, and then you delete her. What in the hell is going on here? This is a very serious situation. This is uncharted waters as it pertains to the support of Trump morphing into this absolute cult. It's a cult, and I'm not afraid to say it. And I know a lot of people don't like me talking about politics, but I'm going to continue to talk about politics because I care about every American. I care about the well-being of every American. And so, no, I'm not going to be quiet about that at all. This is sick. It's insane to the 10th power. And then reportedly, Khris says, that's the name of the father, if I didn't mention it already, he says that he can't change what has already been done, and all he can do moving forward is be the best father that he can be to the rest of his kids that are alive. What kind of response is that? What kind of response is that? And then on top of that, right, look at how long they suppressed this news. This happened on January the 10th. We're just now finding out a month later. And so Texas didn't indict him initially because they didn't want to bring charges against him. Isn't that crazy? That's extremely criminal. But now that this information got leaked, now supposedly there's supposed to be some motion behind potentially charging him when they should have did it in the first place. But anyway, let's try to move on from this trash. So I want to talk about this video that's going viral. And it's basically coming from a prison, and you have a guy that's been locked up for quite some time. And there's a female CEO that's going at this guy. And he was respectful, I'm not gonna lie in the video, but she was extremely disrespectful. Now, I'm gonna play you the conversation between them, and then I have to cut it off because this is a dignified platform and I understand the rules and regulations of YouTube, but I'm gonna try to play you as much as I can. So sit tight and I'll be back.
Step off.
We are with the shot.
Yeah.
Hey, Bama, go. Hey, when you go out there, man, please go get a white shirt, bro.
The white shirt's
Man,
coming
tell them
over
it's an
here
emergency,
because
bro.
of a shakedown.
It ain't about the shakedown.
Okay,
It ain't, I don't
what's
care.
it
You can do
about?
that every day.
What's it about that?
Come on, like now. You just woke me up out my sleep for no reason.
It's a random shakedown.
I ain't get no. I haven't disrespected you. I never had a jack ticket in my life. Come
Okay,
on.
what does that have
ain't
to
a
do
random
with me?
shakedown, dude.
It is though.
It do
It
got
still hasn't
everything
been
to
shook
do.
down since you guys
Come on,
moved in there.
Come on, you thought laughing at you earlier. You looked at me and then looked like this. Like, come on, man, we all see.
What the fuck are you talking about? You need to step off. Go somewhere else. I don't give a about that tape on the ground. You need to go somewhere else.
Please stop cussing at me. I'm not cussing at you. Please
Hey, go ahead and just cuff up then.
Please stop cussing at me.
Oh, that's the R15 12S. Go ahead, cuff up. Turn around.
Now, please don't do that.
Turn around and cuff up.
Please don't do that.
Turn around and cuff up.
Cuff up for what?
Because you want to go see
Please
white
don't
shirts?
do that.
They got white shirts and say.
I'm just asking
Turn
you.
around.
I'm just asking you. Please don't
Turn
do that.
around
Ask me,
and
please.
cuff up. It's the last time I'm going to tell you.
Ask me.
It's the last time I'm saying it.
Please
Turn around
don't
and
do
cuff
it.
up.
Please don't.
Cuff up!
All right, so you guys that have been following me tight, you know that I don't get down with men putting paws on women. I will never ever stand for it, and nor will I excuse it this time. He was absolutely out of line. But she was disrespectful as hell. And quite frankly, she was abusing her power here. She really was. And I believe dude when he said that she thought somebody was laughing at her. And that's the reason why they came on the pod and actually called for a shakedown. I believe that. I believe that he knew where she was coming from on that. And he ultimately felt that she was just calling for a shakedown out of spite because she felt that he was clowning her. You know what I'm saying? And he was so nice and respectful about it. He was begging her, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Was it called for her to just mace him like that? I would say no, in my opinion. And the way she reacted to him, even though he was respectful, seems as though that she has a personal vendetta against him. And she and her other female partner, they FAFO. I mean, this brother straight up dog walked them. I mean, it's a horrific scene to actually watch, and I don't condone it whatsoever. But when you have an individual that's locked up for 30 plus years and they don't have ultimately anything to lose, this is the type of behavior that you can bring on by trying to present this attitude like you're in charge and they better do what you say right here, right now, and being overly aggressive. Now, I think it's important to also note that this is an old video from March of 2025, but it just started to hit social media and it's making its rounds and it's going viral and everybody is providing their think pieces about it, all right? But anyway, let's move along to another sad story. And what we have here is a situation where a woman is saying that she got fired for attending her husband's funeral. Let me repeat that. She got fired for attending her husband's funeral. I want you guys to check out this clip because she absolutely filmed herself going back to the workplace and questioning, like, why in the hell did this happen? So check it out. I'll be back.
I'm walking in here because these people just fired me right after my husband died. I literally just went to his funeral and then they fired me for one day. They didn't try to say I wasn't here all last week. I was literally here. I found out he died on the 24th. Sunday, I didn't have to work. I was here on Monday, and I was told to go home as I had a breakdown at the job. And do you know they fired me after his funeral? So, we going in here to figure out why. As I've been here for months and was told I was going to get hired on. And now I haven't even got hired on. They get PTO time. My husband died. I have no PTO time. I'm outsourced through a temporary services, and they call me and tell me because they had one bad day, I'm fired. And I wasn't here all last week. And the woman I report to was on PTO. So how I wasn't here? Okay, that should be a completely different project. Yes, ma'am. Is it the reason why I was fired after my husband's funeral? Because they called me and told me I was fired. And his funeral was Saturday, and I was stuck on the plane and couldn't get here on time. Nothing to do with that. They said that you put in that I was fired and you was out all week on PTO. Everybody knew that he died. I'm not looking for people to give me no sympathy, but I have two children to raise, and I need this job. It has nothing to do with that. I was told, again, all I did was ask, are we going to get a floater because you were not here? And apparently you were not here 3 days last week. So when I told Pete... Who said I wasn't here 3 dadays last week? I sit for Miss Carol every day. Only days I was not here was Thursday and Friday because I was going out to Ohio to his funeral. Well, again, you apparently were not here. I wasn't here, so I can't say whether you were or not. I was told you were not. So that's what I told them. And he said nobody ever told him that you weren't here. I haven't even talked to Art. I haven't talked to Art since Buddy died. They don't even call me. I talk completely to you because we had a conversation about me talking to only you. That's exactly right. But I told you that you still had to report to ARC. How I'm gonna report to people that don't respond? Well, he said that he's never heard from you and he sent you an email. How he never heard from me when I've told you multiple times I can't get in touch with him? You even told me to go through you. You need to call ARC. You need to call Pete. That's your boss. I didn't even know that. I don't even know who the hell Pete is. Well, he sent you an email, he said. No, he never did. He said you submitted 44 hours to the agency last week. So again, I have no idea what you're doing. It's not my problem. I submitted 44 hours the week before. I didn't submit 44 hours last week. So these are the lies, and that's wrong. Now, I'm just saying, humanly, that's wrong. I've been here. I was told I was going to get hired on. I've been here since August. I was supposed to get hired on 90 days ago. Everybody else get PTO. I don't get it. Right. So I had to be here. When he died on the 24th, I was here on the 26th. Correct. I remember. But I'm just telling you, you need to talk to Pete. There's nothing I can do. This is some heartless shit. I don't know what's wrong with these people. This is some heartless. Matter of fact, just gotta show you people it's heartless and they don't care. People don't care. So me and my children basically gonna be homeless now. I have nowhere to go.
What happened to the apartment?
We have the apartment, but I still owe $500 rent. Now I'm not gonna have that. And what am I gonna do next month? I have no job. It took me months to get this job. And they literally fired me right when my husband passed away. Who does that? I'm cool. I love you, Miss Carol. I'll try to stay in touch. I will.
All right, so you guys just saw and heard all of that. And so the lady that was talking to the woman about the status of her job you could tell that she was fully behind the decision to terminate this woman. Her attitude was nonchalant. She could have cared less about the situation. She was nasty and rude at the same time, and I'm so incredibly so happy for this woman that she did not allow her emotions to get involved, because that woman's disposition and her tone would have had some of the sisters just throwing a shoe at her. They would have did something, probably rocked her world up in that office, because she was just nasty. And so I hope that this sister has all of her ducks in a row and contacts a lawyer to see what avenue that she can take, because if they wrongfully terminated her, then that's a lawsuit in itself. But in closing, I will say that times have definitely changed. No one has that empathy or sympathy for certain situations regarding other people like they used to, and it's just sad to see. But anyway, I'm gonna let this go. I want you guys to feel free to drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about everything I discussed. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and if you're new here, consider subbing to the channel. I'll check you guys out later. Have a beautiful day.